Feeling inadequate or inferior? Do more of what you love. Sharks can smell blood up to 1/4 of a mile away. Over their ancient history as an apex predator, they've developed a killer instinct that tells them blood is a sign of weakness. Some people are like this when they detect inferiority. They pounce on the person who's feeling inadequate and move in for the kill. That makes people with an inferiority complex uncertain and sometimes even fearful in public settings. Sometimes we are our own predator. We prey on ourselves. When we begin to feel like we're not as good as other people or we don't measure up, we attack. We beat ourselves up, and this only furthers feelings of worthlessness and inadequacy. It really doesn't matter what's causing you to feel inadequate. There's a simple fix that makes you feel good and can influence more emotional highs than lows in future situations. You just do more of what you love. Your passions speak to who you are. What are you really passionate about? What are the things that you love thinking about? If you could be doing anything right now, what would it be? What would you choose to do in your spare time if there were no restrictions or barriers? Whatever you answered is something you're passionate about. It appeals to your core values and your strong beliefs. This is a part of who you are. It can be vastly different from one person to the next. That doesn't mean that one person is wrong and another is right. What you really enjoy doing is right for you as long as it's healthy, even if it isn't right for someone else. Now think about the emotions you experience when performing this activity or action. You feel great. At the very minimum, you have feelings of calm and peacefulness. When you're really into something you care about, your emotional feelings can be euphoric. The positive feelings you receive are accompanied by a release of feel-good chemicals that are designed to reward your pleasure center. The way you were created, combined with your experiences, your history, and your personality, means that you have a high level of self-esteem, self-love, and happiness when you do certain things. The next time you're feeling inferior and comparing yourself to others, just do whatever it is that you really love doing. You don't have to be good at what you love. By the way, you don't even have to be good at something you love doing. You might experience joy and happiness when you go bowling with your friends. It doesn't matter if you're excellent, average, or terrible at bowling. If that experience creates positive feelings and you smile days, months, or years later when you remember those times, that's an activity that can crush feelings of inferiority. Do what you love doing more often. Engage in healthy, safe experiences, and you're going to feel inferior less frequently. You might even find yourself moving away from environments or people that are the source of your inadequate feelings, and that's a good thing. 6 causes of an inferiority complex. Growing up can be difficult. You see other children doing things you'd like to do. Your friends are rolling around effortlessly on bicycles and you're still on a tricycle. You bravely attempt to ride on 2 wheels and immediately meet with failure. That delivers a blow to your ego. You feel inferior to your friends and other kids, some of them younger than you. This might cause feelings of jealousy, inadequacy, or envy. This happens occasionally as a child and as an adult. Regardless of your age, if you have feelings of inadequacy constantly, then you may have an inferiority complex. You begin to question your ability at just about everything. You believe most people are more capable and accomplished than you are. If this happens to you frequently, have a talk with a mental health professional. They can let you know if this is a serious problem or there's something else at work. Here are 6 causes of this mental health issue that can be corrected with therapy and in some cases, medication. 1. Playing the comparison game. How many times do you compare yourself to others? This is a no-win game. You are a unique individual and so is everyone else. Constantly comparing yourself to other people can cause anxiety, self-doubt, and feelings of inferiority, which are sometimes not justified. 2. Nothing's good enough. This can start happening as a child. Perhaps you had critical parents, teachers, or authority figures in your life. It seemed that no matter how hard you tried, nothing is good enough for them. Even when you thought you created or accomplished something incredible, you got chastised or put down. That childhood experience can lead you to believe that your achievements are never quite good enough as an adult. 3. Isolation due to social misgivings. You feel like you just don't fit in anywhere, so you withdraw from society. You incorrectly believe everyone's watching you, judging and talking about you, so you pull back from the world and isolate yourself. This is a common cause of an inferiority complex. 4. You believe you were born inferior. This unfortunately happens to some people. Because of their upbringing, important failures, or some other reasons, they believe they were created as inferior, and there's nothing they can do to change that. 5. You obsess on negatives. You're going to fail and you're going to succeed. Some people can't get over their losses, their failures. They justify that their successes were lucky and their failures take up all their thoughts. This type of mindset can easily lead to constant feelings of inadequacy. 6. It's all or nothing. Everything isn't either black or white. There are shades of gray everywhere. Don't believe that the world is a zero-sum game. This causes perfectionist behaviors, and you begin to believe that nothing is good enough where you're concerned. Do these resonate with you? If one or more of these causes of an inferiority complex hits home, talk to a mental health professional. There are also free mental resources available online. You'll discover if there's need for concern and what you can do to correct these negative and usually unjustified belief systems. Your friends might be causing your inferiority complex. People are sometimes too forgiving. We mentioned this in relation to how most people use the word friend. If someone asked you whether friends were good or bad, you would unabashedly say they're good. You attach the word friend to positive emotions and feelings. In truth, though, a lot of the people in our lives should really be classified as acquaintances rather than friends. We don't spend quality time with them, although they're in our lives from time to time. You may never ask them out to dinner or join them on a vacation. Yet you're a good-natured person, so you consider them your friends. In truth, they may be the most wonderful people in the world. In some cases, though, they're more negative in their influence. They let you down and make you anxious and insecure, but you easily forgive them. It might be unintentional. Just because a family member or friend might occasionally make you feel inferior doesn't mean they're doing it on purpose. We all have silent programs running in our minds and our lives. We do things because of subconscious or unconscious influences. We may not even realize that what we say jokingly or even with an intent to compliment might be very damaging and hurtful. The same could be true for those people in your life that make you feel like you just don't measure up. Apologies don't stop the pain. Feeling inferior hurts. You begin to question yourself in just about every aspect of your life. Am I really inadequate? I used to think I was above average in so many ways, but now I'm not so sure. Did they say what they did because they're trying to help me or hurt me? This type of inner self-talk is damaging. When it happens in response to something your friend or family member does or says, it can hurt you in so many ways. As we just said, the person that caused your feelings of inadequacy might not have done it intentionally. Even so, that doesn't keep you from hurting. You can have a heart-to-heart conversation with the people you love to try and fix this issue. In many cases, though, you're going to have to divorce yourself from people who bring you down. They may say that it's not their intention. Even so, they could be motivated by some unconscious reason or influence that they can't control or change. Who makes you feel good? Start surrounding yourself with people that uplift you. You deserve to be happy every single minute of every single day. We all do, and you are no exception. Your inferiority complex might be linked to the people you spend the most time with. If this is the case, cultivate a happier, more positive, and empowering circle of friends and acquaintances. None of us know how much time we have here on Earth, so why not spend that time with people that make you feel awesome? Help them feel the same way, and you'll spread positivity and feelings of great self-worth rather than anxiety and self-doubt. Beat feelings of inferiority and boost self-esteem with these self-care practices. Do you always find yourself analyzing things that go on around you? Do you feel inferior to others more than just every now and then? Do you sometimes tell yourself you're worthless and incapable of doing things other people can? These are typical thoughts we get from time to time. The person who suffers from an inferiority complex has these thoughts day in and day out. There are few things that fill them with happiness. They strive for perfection and never realize that good enough is good enough in a lot of cases. An inferiority complex can also cause envy and jealousy, with someone wishing they were a different person entirely. Constantly believing they don't live up to everyday standards deals a blow to their self-image. That's a shame because in many cases these people have wonderful abilities. They're accomplished and capable in so many ways. An inferiority complex doesn't let them see this. The image they see in the mirror and in their mind's eye is that of a person who's inadequate, substandard, and not good enough. One way to treat this problem effectively, whether your feelings of inferiority are chronic or occasional, is with self-care. Here are a few ways to take care of yourself so you build up your self-image and self-esteem. That's a surefire way to keep feelings of inferiority and inadequacy at bay. Get 7 or 8 hours of sleep each night. Poor sleep habits can cause brain fog, poor memory recall, impaired brain function, and physical performance issues. When this happens regularly, a slew of more serious health problems can develop, both mental and physical in nature. A watered-down performance mentally, physically, and even emotionally is almost guaranteed from chronically not getting enough sleep. Start eating right. You know the drill. A healthy diet includes lots of fresh fruits and vegetables, filtered water, and herbal teas. You eat little to no sugar and salt, and a few highly processed foods. When you start eating right, your mind and body begin to heal and feel better. You're naturally more capable of seeing yourself as a quality individual rather than doubting your self-worth. Exercise. The human body was designed for physical movement. You're going to be happier and healthier when you're physically active more than when you're sitting and sedentary. Moderate to intense physical activity is linked to improved mental health and wellness. Do something that makes you smile every day. Feelings of low self-esteem and inferiority disappear when a smile lights up your face. It's tough to feel negative and inadequate when you're smiling and happy. Schedule more relaxing moments. Relax. Seriously, we could all benefit from more relaxing moments in our hectic, crazy lives, couldn't we? Stress can lead to anxiety, physical and mental health problems, and feelings that we aren't living our best lives. Schedule relaxing moments more frequently, and you'll feel better about who you are. These are some simple ways to take better care of yourself. Self-care can treat a number of mental and physical health issues. Start taking better care of yourself today, and feelings of inferiority and low self-esteem won't be as common tomorrow. Schedule positive self-talk to defeat an inferiority complex. The most successful people know what they're doing every day. They write out a schedule in a physical or virtual planner. At a glance, they can tell what they need to do today, tomorrow, next week, and even next month. They might have meetings, vacations, and social events scheduled more than a year ahead of time. This works for kids and adults, women and men, and people of all walks of life. It's because the human brain was designed for efficiency. The human mind works best when discipline, order, and organization are all present. That's what a schedule and plan give you. If you're tired of feeling inferior or incapable, you can instead choose positive emotions by scheduling empowering self-talk sessions. Why is your unconscious self-talk so negative? Psychoanalysts, therapists, and other thought-based health professionals will never agree on everything. One thing they will agree on wholeheartedly is that the human mind and psyche are sometimes hard to figure out. A dozen of these mental health authorities might give you a dozen different reasons why your self-talk is so negative. While they don't agree with the causes all the time, they do agree on the outcome. Negative self-talk can damage you in so many ways. Why is our inner conversation so negative most of the time? There are lots of reasons. Some people believe that traumatic events or experiences as a child still influence our adult thoughts and behaviors. Others point to this constant what-if questioning as a survival instinct. They believe our minds are continually and ceaselessly imagining the worst possible outcomes to prepare us for that eventuality so we can take steps to prevent it from happening. For whatever reason, a lot of the conversations you have in your head silently are negative. Guess what? They're just thoughts. Unfortunately, if you begin to believe them, you can experience uncertainty, self-doubt, and feelings of inferiority. To silence these harmful voices, schedule positive conversations instead. Yes, you really should write this down somewhere. Schedule positive self-talk sessions just like the most successful people schedule every minute of their lives. Having this available in virtual and physical forms is the best practice. You schedule positive pep talk sessions with yourself. It's up to you if you want to make these vocal. You can just quietly talk to yourself for a couple of minutes a few times a day. You empower yourself by remembering that your inner voice can be damaging, and most of the time it's not even operating from a place of truth. Then you tell yourself you have wonderful skills and abilities and have created positive outcomes in the past. This proves you're capable of doing that today, tomorrow, and in the future. Have 2 or 3 of these conversations every day. You begin to silence your inner critic. It also helps you fight off feelings of inferiority and inadequacy that can keep you from living a full and happy life.